Good morning. Here's Frankie. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You my good boy? Taking care of my neighbor's dog. So we niffing. I thought maybe it was too late in the year to wear it. And I thought, well, just like last time, I'll wear it one more time. And then I was thinking, I'm in my house. I'll wear whatever I want. So there. Oh, gosh. So, I thought I would talk about arrival. You know, I turned down a volunteer situation a week or 2 weeks ago, to help this gal, and I told her I thought she needed someone younger who had more energy, but she could use me as a backup until she found somebody that was a good fit. Well, she didn't use me much. I just would check in and see if she had gone to a meeting, and she would check in, but I think I hurt her feelings, and I don't blame her for getting her feelings hurt. Sometimes when we're in a recovery program, there are people who really require a lot of attention. I was one of those people. But I was working with, my sponsor was someone who was retired, and she was able to really indulge in helping others. I'm not in that position. I've cut back, but I'm not retired to where I can be on the phone for hours at a time or hours a week and feel like I'm not being used for free therapy, because she's fairly young in sobriety. She's had some difficulties, and she's kind of gotten into the lower range of consequences, or I should say middle to upper. Not a low bottom drunk, but some serious challenges. So she would require some time if she was going to take it seriously. The problem is, it started bothering me a little bit that I turned her down, because I remember being turned down once, and it really hurt me. Really hurt my feelings. So I shared it with a friend in the meetings, in a meeting. Oh, this pump's not working great. I can't be, maybe there's an air bubble. Or maybe it's just telling me you don't need that much. Try some of this, mix it half and half, see what happens. So I texted her and asked her if she found another sponsor, and she said no. She's been using a combination. You know, if you use this heavy, full coverage, medium to full coverage makeup, it's not easy to blend out to make it light coverage. Especially if you use what would be a full face of makeup. Just FYI. Guess I'm going to figure that one out. Oh, holy cow. So then, okay, so I bring this up to a friend in AA at the meeting, and then weirdly, the meeting kind of went around sponsorship, helping others, being new into recovery and what's expected of us. And I guess in my stress from being home, being a caretaker, even though things are getting better, having this hassle at work or with all these workers. Some of my clients have been pretty stressed out lately. So it's been some work to navigate that. Just finished tax season. And I got kind of self-centered. I didn't consider the 12th step, which is about helping others and the reward that I get from helping others. I was just focused on, I don't want to work that hard. So anyway, I sent her a text and she said she didn't find a full-time sponsor, but she's been using several people. And then I don't know, I think basically said thanks anyway. So of course I felt bad. Yeah, I'm not going to do that to try to do a natural look. This is for a work day. That's what that's for. So won't make that mistake again. Huh. So yeah, I feel bad. I messed up. She didn't forgive me. I wish she would have said, oh, that's great. I'll look forward to working with you. Let's start working on those steps. Nope. She didn't. Live and learn. So I was beating myself up. I didn't beat myself up. I just kind of pushed myself a little bit. I didn't even pimp slap myself. I just was like, oh, you jerk, kind of thing. Which, you know, I can say things and then upon review or upon more information or with some encouragement or someone reminded me to be open-minded or investigate or prodded into remembering what my mission on this planet is. And it's not to be self-centered. It's to help others. Can't help others if you don't say yes. If you don't say yes. I need to get some more of this brown. Problem is, the longevity isn't that great. It doesn't stay on. I don't see it later in the day. Also, I've been putting on makeup on days off, thinking, you know, I'm not going to use powder. The problem is, then my makeup runs, especially around my eyes. Every week, for the past 3 weeks, I go to an AA meeting on Saturday mornings, now that I have the chance to get out of the house. So yay, my life is getting a little more opened up. I mean, we have another surgery coming up at the end of the month, but I'm hoping that one will go fairly smooth. We'll see. We don't know. We do not know. But we're going to try it. But yeah, it'll be nice to be able to get out of the house and not feel guilty. I've done nothing today but play with the dogs and do some online shopping. That's the truth. I feel so. My spouse walks through and says, "You feeling a little guilty?" I'm like, normally I would have been like, "For what? What are you talking about? Do you need something?" But instead it was like, "No, I don't. But if you think I do, you'll have to tell me what to feel guilty about, because nope, not feeling it." I can start having a sense of humor about a few things that I haven't had a sense of humor about in a while, which is nice. When you're a caretaker for someone who has chronic pain, PTSD, oh man, it can be rough. It can be rough. A little spit won't hurt you. So I have it's just barely warming up. It's pretty cool outside. I'm going to rake a little bit out front, I think, because this last storm that came through, I had the trees trimmed during that one storm. So I'm going to rake up some of the limbs that fell. That'll be cool to get some air, to get out there and just relax a little bit. I don't like that one. Yep. Lately I've been enjoying mixing lipsticks. I just feel like it gives me a little more fun to drag out the makeup process. And it gives me the color I want. I don't know how all y'all are doing, but there are times when I was talking with a client about this fairly recently, about how when we have been through a lot of stress with a friend, partner, spouse, and the resentments grow and grow and grow until it's poison and we hurt ourselves and we're just barely surviving. And then when things get better, sometimes we refuse to allow ourselves to feel better. Sometimes I've seen it often with parents and their adult children, is the adult children are just holding such a grudge, which it's understandable, but usually with age, many parents mature and change. I mean, they might go from being a wolf to a lesser aggressive, lesser demanding of hierarchy. You just don't know. But very often people can mellow in their old age, even narcissists. So, but here's the thing. People won't disengage for various reasons. And sometimes the reason is almost curiosity if that person might ever change, or this hope. but they refuse to admit that that's what it is. Instead, they make excuses like, and I did it for a while, is I don't have anywhere else to go. Nobody would take care of him if I left. I mean, some of those things are true. It's just that, you know what? If someone is killing your soul, sometimes you have to save yourself, right? But sometimes we don't even know why we're staying until we get to a certain place. We can accept we may not have what we've always dreamed of, but something that's really meaningful and not enough people, I think, are taught this is that sometimes enough is enough, just barely enough, and it's okay to admit that. Because there are some people who, especially the younger people, they've really gotten into this instant gratification. How many likes do you get right now? And if you don't get enough, that's why I tell people also, you don't have to subscribe to my channel. You don't have to comment. You don't have to give a thumbs up, because the channel is more for me. And if you benefit from it, that's great. I love that. But it's because I don't want to get caught up in the ego part of having a channel. And I'm not trying to draw a bunch of attention to myself. But we have a generation or two now that there's been such instant gratification, especially with the video games that started a couple decades ago. These kids, they want what they want when they want it. And they usually want it yesterday. So as they age, they feel the same way. And they're taught you trade up from Xbox to something else. I don't know what it is. I think that's going to be okay. So it's easy to have almost an embarrassment for staying in a relationship or situationship that isn't pretty, that isn't easy or fun. You know, when the marriage vows get to through richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, for sickness and in health, to be able to challenge ourselves to be in that realm, just to challenge ourselves to do that, to be able to accept the truth with weighing things out. Worked with a lot of clients lately who have been so mad at their parents for being, I'm just going to nicely say weak parents. They were more self-centered, whether it was an addiction or of some kind to people, places, or things, even if it was work, or their own spouse or other spouses. The kids want to hang on and almost make the parents suffer, where they'll sabotage family gatherings or conversations, where they'll give digs to embarrass them or to make them stop and think. So there's not a chance for this person at this level now in life and this person at their level in life. Take away the connection here, but just saying these two independent people to bring them together. Instead, they can do their life, but then when any text, call, visit, all of a sudden, the child is back down here at 12 years old, and the mother is trying to be even more grown up. And these two are just fighting because this one's saying, you don't understand me, you're not hearing me. And this person is trying to say, I need you to grow up and forgive me for us to have, you never know. You might be somewhere on that scale, right? But I've been seeing that lately. Because I've even said a couple times, wow, it sounds like your parent has, because I believe you experience what you experience. But from what you're telling me, it sounds like your parent has been in counseling, because those were pretty solid behaviors or pretty solid interpretations of what's going on. Then they're mad at me. And as divine intervention would have it, I've had some important insights, whether it was through AA meetings or through clients, that helped me look at, okay, what if you quit engaging from this injured spot? Rest up, get done what you need to get done, and then kind of meet whoever you are where they're at, instead of, and from where I truly am, instead of reverting to a painful, resentful place. I like the practice what you preach, and I like that the world brings to us teachers. Even though I try to be a good teacher for my clients and for those around me, but sometimes I have such a stubborn personality and such a self-centered personality that I can be a little hard-headed, right? It takes a lot sometimes to teach the teacher. Or to remember that I'm also a student. And I think that's where some of us who have been caretakers, who have been oldest child, firstborn, managers, entrepreneurs, sometimes it's hard for us to remember that we're also perpetually and always will be a student. Yeah. So, with that being said, I need to go Google, I'm gonna go Google, purse straps. I went through my purses again and my coats. I got rid of a couple things. It was hard this time because I'm getting down to mostly stuff that I'm not ready to give up. But I did give up a couple nice things, and I guess I've got a box of biker leathers that I have not been able to sell. This might be a good time of the year to put them back out on the market. But people are wearing really, leathers are much different now than they used to be. They're much more protective. They're made out of different quality fabrics, where leather just doesn't cut it like this new stuff does. So I don't blame people for not buying it. But a couple pieces are vintage Harley, so we'll see. Maybe I can get a collector on board. Or give it away. I'm going to have to do something with it. Let's see. So I have to buy some purse straps for a couple purses I have. If I change the straps, I could use these purses for different types of events, from everyday to dressier, if I had the right straps on the purses. So a couple of the straps are wearing out, but the purses are still good. I got rid of any bags that weren't bags. See, that weren't bags I'm actually going to use someday. I just gave away some Vera Bradley bags I wasn't able to sell. They were like new. I take very good care of my stuff. But I have a neighbor who is being very generous with me, and I don't see her often, but when we do hang out, I appreciate it. Anyway, she gave me just such a generous attitude. She gave me a pair of tennis shoes she wasn't able to return, and a box full of fresh fruits and vegetables. So I gave her a couple of my carry-on larger than diaper bag. These are nice big bags. Vera Bradley's, the heavy, you can take these anywhere kind of things. And I've always washed them when I've used them. If there's anything that I would think, oh, I had to set it over there, I'm gonna make sure I wash it when I take it home. I've always taken good care of them. So anyway, I gave her a couple of these bags, and I thought, this is so funny. I'm thinking, woohoo, she's gonna love me for this. She was, oh, thanks for the bags. You can put them down over there. And not a word. And I was like, wait a minute. I couldn't sell them. She's the only person I asked if she wanted them. I already gave some to my friend out in Colorado. Gave her the ones she wanted. I just sent her pictures. Nobody does Vera Bradley anymore. And I have donated to Goodwill most of my Vera Bradley bags that I've had, purses. I just don't use that fashion anymore. So I'm sitting here pouting because I didn't get the accolades I wanted. Once again, being so self-important, self-centered. And once again, it gave me some more empathy for some of my clients who have a hard time letting go of what they feel like they sacrifice to make their mother or whoever, spouse, dad, kids, feel better, and they're not getting the appreciation, the notoriety that they want for all the goodness that they've done. Yeah, life is pretty interesting. If you think about how much we want to feel rewarded for our deeds. And honestly, one of the reasons I like AA is because it's doing for others without expecting anything in return. It's been one of the, they'd say, are you having a hard day? Go out and do something for somebody and expect nothing in return. Go mow their yard without them looking. You know, for some old lady, don't do it for a man. They will not usually appreciate that. Go pick up trash. But, ooh, we can get so self-important. All right. I'm going to go throw in some laundry. I'm running low on sheets because Frankie has been so muddy. And I've had to change his bed over and over and over again. I took out my body pillow for the day just because I was making the bed again. And I was just like, I don't want to work that hard. So, one of these days. All right. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy the sun. And if it's cold where you're at, like it is here, bundle up and put those hand warmers in your boots. Yeah, or boot warmers. Got a deal on some hand warmers. So they're a little puffier than boot warmers, but they're still working. All right. Bye for now. Have a good one.